Julia. Hi. The first film didn't really deal with the adoption, the goose being your father. And so I'm just wondering in this one, it's really become the crux of the story. And why do you think it wasn't mentioned in the first one, Jack? And Angelina, how much would you like to share with us how you deal with your own children in terms of telling them, in terms of them being adopted, the 3 adopted children, and how personal was this for you?
What about,
Why do you think it wasn't mentioned
why
in
it wasn't
the first
mentioned
one, and
in
why
the
was it
first
such
one?
a big thing here? And Angelina, if you could
Why wasn't
give a
it
personal
mentioned?
perspective.
It was funny. It was like a funny joke. It was the elephant in the room in the first one. Obviously, he was adopted, but yeah, there was no talk of it, and that was kind of the funny, unsaid thing. And I think it was the burning question in a lot of the audience's minds: is when are they going to deal with that? So yeah, we dealt with that head on in this one. Jen, how come it wasn't dealt with in the first one? Did I answer that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
Jack, do you think it's tough to get laughs in this room?
I would say on the adoption front that it was, I think the nice thing about this story and these stories, and hopefully this one's successful, will be able to continue, is that we're really kind of growing up with Poe and learning about different aspects of human nature, and whether it be the first one being that you can be anything you want depending on what you look like, feel like, where you come from, and your sense of confidence in finding a self. And in this one, it was very much about family, and that family at the end of the day is where the love is, and that no matter what you've gone through in your youth, it's who you choose to be in life, and you can define your own destiny, and you can be stronger than a very difficult past and overcome it. So I think these are all heavy issues that are wonderful that we have the opportunity to be able to do them. For me, I brought my children to see the movie, and they absolutely loved the movie, and they laughed through the whole thing, and they didn't, I wondered whether they'd ask me questions about it, but because adoption and birth mothers and orphanage and all that in our home these are happy words, they're very used to these discussions, and they just felt that much more proud that they were a little more like Poe. So it was lovely.
Hi, this is Carol Guerrero on your left. This is Carol Guerrero from Univision and Caracol Radio, and my question is to Angelina Jolie. Angelina, I'd like to know if the fact to have six kids at home make you feel more interested in films like this, like Kung Fu Panda, and also I would like to know what do you think in general about second parts? Thank you.
About certainly having anybody with children. But at the end of the day, we're all big kids, and we all just want to play, and we all like to do these movies. Just it's a great deal of fun. But certainly having my kids, and we talked about them as being a bar because they were from 2 to 10, and we figured that it was a good group to get a gauge of whether or not the film was working when we brought them in. So I did it, of course, in so many ways I did it for them, and I'm excited for them to see it. And for sequels, I think, the trick of a sequel is you have to make it better than the first one. And that's a very, very hard thing to do, especially with one that was so successful. And I think our very, very talented director pulled it off. So.
Jennifer, can you talk about that, the challenge? Hello, right here. The challenge, like she's talking about, of making a sequel. You were head of story on the first. This is your first time in the director's chair with the Kung Fu Panda.
It's definitely challenging because so many people have a love for the first film, and everybody that worked on it had a love for the first film. So really, the big challenge is making sure we didn't let the people working on it down. So I think people on the movie liked it, so it's a good thing.
It's right over here. Yeah.
Hi, hello. I'm here. Little small. Hi. You're very famous superstars and very good actors. I'd like to ask about the mantra in the movie. The key word is like inner peace, inner peace. What about you? I mean, how do you deal with all these? What about your inner peace? Sorry, that's all.
Our inner peace.
Yeah, because, public persona and everything is very difficult.
My inner peace is in pieces at the moment. I think I find inner peace in just my family. You know, spend the simple things bring me back home to a peaceful place in my mind.